So I just saw this post on LinkedIn and it's the perfect SEO roadmap for 2025. And I realized when I was looking at each section of it that you can do all of this using the new ChatGPT 4.0 and its deep research functionality. So rather than paying an SEO agency thousands every month to slowly deliver this plan and have it done by junior employees, you can do this in less than an hour using AI. And in this video, I want to show you step by step how you can do this in a live tutorial. So let's not waste any more time and let's go straight into it. So step one was create your ICP, your ideal customer profile. And I've got my selection of prompts that I already use here to start digging into the process for you. So we can grab this prompt and pop it in here. It simply reads, you are an SEO strategist. The task is to segment the target audience for my product or service. So we need a product or service we're going to work on. Let's say we're an accountant that focuses on startups, for example. So for my startup, my accountant's service, which focuses on startup in the UK, for example. So first thing we need to make sure we've enabled deep research in here as well. So we can go and run that prompt and it's going to come back and ask us some questions which we need to answer. So we can go ahead and answer these questions. What accounting services do you offer? So we can say, one, we offer bookkeeping. We could offer all of these services actually that it's suggested. That's a nice set of services that you'd offer. Do we focus on a particular industry? Let's say we focus on SaaS companies. We offer them virtually. Typical size of the companies are let's say 5 to 20 people. And number 5, no, we don't have any client yet. We're starting from scratch. So we can send that information off and it's going to go and start researching and defining our perfect ICP, their pains and their motivations, to then start building out the rest of our SEO strategy. Okay, so in just a few minutes, ChatGPT's gone and done the research for us based on what we asked, including demographics, psychographic details, motivations, pain points, buying behavior, preferred communication channels, to find our perfect ICP that we can target with our marketing. Just quick, this is a brand new channel. I'm putting out content every single day, helping people get more traffic to their website, build better businesses. So if you get anything at all out of this video, I'd appreciate a subscribe, like, and comment below with where you are on your SEO journey. We can scroll down and it's going to give us an overview of the main problems that they face in terms of freeing up valuable time, compliance headaches, R&D credits, and it's come up with 3 main ICPs: a bootstrapped innovator, growth-driven startups that's scaling, and tech-savvy finance advocates. So we can go through this and you can see their main problems that they're struggling with, their key pain points, which is really important. So we can go and pick one of these to then target our content strategy around. So we've got our next prompt here that we can use for this, which we might need to tweak a little bit, but I've got it here. Next from this research, carry out keyword research to come up with an SEO content plan that you can use to create complete topical authority that targets our ICP's biggest pain points. Your aim is to create a content plan to become the most in-depth resource on a given topic. I'm also going to add here, please focus on what was let's pick one ICP of growth-driven scale-ups, and we can go and run that prompt. And it's going to ask us some more questions as well, which we'll need to answer. So 1, we're starting from scratch. So no, we don't have a website yet, building from scratch. 2, yes, we are focusing on organic Google search, doing SEO here. We are targeting, let's say we're targeting London specifically. What is your content publishing capacity per month? So let's say, what would be a reasonable thing? Let's say we are aiming to we can publish 10 articles a month. So that's going to help us go and define a little bit more of our content plan, and it's going to go away and do the research based on our ICP. It's going to go and do the keyword and topic research to then start creating our content plan that we can use. And you can see in the right hand panel here what actually ChatGPT is doing. It's gathering insights on SEO essentials, so understanding what it needs to focus on, looking at SaaS in particular keyword research for the UK and piecing it all together with relevant subtopics that are going to be really important to our clients. Okay, so it's gone and done this research and it's done 68 searches. Imagine how long it takes you to do 68, or imagine how much it would cost you to pay an SEO agency at $100 or $200 an hour to go and do 68 searches. That would probably take them days to sift through the information. What's really cool before I get to this next bit, which I'm really stoked with, by the way, is this little prompt, this little bit of insight here. I'm sifting through potential content ideas to find the right fit. Progress is steady, but careful thought is needed to pinpoint the best choices. So it's really trying to understand how the content choices fit your ICP and the pain points of them. And it's come up with a 30 blog post plan for the next 3 months on various financial and accounting topics. And it's actually gone, and this is something I've not seen it do before, is it's one pillar is startup and tax funding, but it's actually given us a little insight of how you create topical authority on a website. So you can see it's brought up your website, a pillar page, and supporting articles. It's pulled that little bit of information from the web to show you how you're going to structure this information, and little just like hints on how it's all going to work for your SEO strategy. So even if you're a complete beginner, this is going to work really nicely. So it's come up with several topic clusters and pillar posts, several topics we need to target to help our potential customers. And you can see them here: accounting and bookkeeping, compliance for UK startups, financial planning and forecasting, funding and investor readiness, huge one that people might not think to cover as an accountancy. And it's gone and then done the keyword strategy and looked at specific pages we need or keywords that we could target, and even broken them down into informational, commercial, and transactional. So it's taking a view of the whole content funnel: informational, the top of funnel, any commercial terms, and then the transactional terms of where people are actually ready with their wallet to buy. So it's actually building a whole SEO content funnel for us, which, again, a lot of people will miss this. They just pick random topics or topics that have good keyword volume and difficulty and try and target them to get traffic, which might not be that actually helpful to your whole sales process. And it's built a whole content calendar. And you can see month 1, why startups should outsource bookkeeping and accountancy, targeting the keywords that you want to target, EIS versus SEIS for London tech startups, and the keywords startup investor tax relief London, massively useful keyword for people. And you can see it's broken it down month by month and the 10 articles you're going to need to create each month. Incredible. This is in a matter of minutes as well. That is happening for free from ChatGPT. And it's even gone in, and this was actually something I had scheduled later in our workflow, was internal linking strategy of how you're going to link everything together, which is a bit light, but it's enough for now. So I've got our next prompt here that we're going to run, which is to build out the technical side of this content strategy. So next you need to build the technical foundations. This should cover the key areas of technical SEO optimization for each piece, including URL structure, meta titles, meta description, plus internal linking for the topic silo, including internal anchor text. So this is going to help you make sure all the metadata, the titles that show on Google are keyword optimized, and how it's all going to link together with the right internal anchor text to give you the biggest boost from your sort of creating a web of content on your website. And here we go. It's gone to ensure every article in your SaaS startup accounting site performs well in search and build authority around. Here's a technical. So this next stage doesn't actually need the deep research. It's gone and used the research we've already done to give you, and it's going to give you a technical SEO foundation overview. So it's going to give you the sort of outline of how you should be building your technical side of your SEO. It's given you your URL structure, including sort of the silos, so the subfolders for your categories, which is, here we go. We're going to go with / financial planning, obviously for the financial planning area. Then we're going to have it / cash flow forecasting ideas, startup budgeting tips, all this sort of stuff based on the content ideas we've already had. And it's giving you some tips in here as well about using the primary keyword in each URL. So not only is it building, it's coaching you along the way about how you need to build your SEO, which is massive if you're not quite sure or you're new to the SEO game. Avoid dates, match URLs, that's all great practice. And then it's gone and talked about the meta titles, meta description, and the length they should be, and including CTAs and benefits in there, and given you examples, and talked about your internal linking structure, about how the pillar and cluster strategy works. And then not just has it given you the example, it's given you each area's supporting article with the article title, the URL, internal links to use. So these are the words you need to use in your links to then link back to that page basically from other pages of your website, the text you need to use in your hyperlink from other pages on your website, which is great. You can get more in depth than that once you've got your website and your content strategy built. It's got everything you need here to start building out the technical side as well, and the links you need to point to each page. So this is a EIS versus SEIS explained for founders. And these are the words you need to use, the anchor text you need to use in links from other pages and other blog posts to link back to this page to give yourself a really good SEO boost. And it's gone and given you a checklist that you need to check for each page. So although ChatGPT is trying to do most of the work, it's saying, hey, here's some checks to make sure you're running for each page. And this just keeps going and going, and gives you a summary for each page about how you need to structure it. It could say, build out the full technical SEO sheet. And actually, I think I would probably do this myself because it's quite easy for me. But let's say, yes, build out the SEO tech sheet, please. I'm going to get it to build out the whole technical SEO strategy as well as your content to just do the whole work for you. So you don't even need to think about it. You just need to go and execute. And boom, it's gone and built out our month 1 technical sheet. It's offered to do the others as well, but you can kind of get the gist and keep it doing this if you want to do the whole thing. So it's giving you the page title, the URL, the meta title, the meta description in there, the anchor text suggestions, and the internal links as well, about the subcategories and how each page sort of sits in its topic silo. We're kind of ready to go. We've got everything we need to go and start creating content and get it technically correct for SEO. So now we can move on to our content outline prompting. We're not going to get it to write the whole content yet, but I've got this prompt: create SEO optimized content outline for the blog post and insert title here. So let's go find a blog post that we can use, which we had further up. And we may as well start month 1 and grab that title, and we're going to put that into our prompt here. So blog post: why SaaS startups should outsource bookkeeping and accounting, which targets the keyword. What were our keywords here that we built out? Outsource bookkeeping, startup accounting services, London, for our actually quite commercially intended article. So it's a nice middle of funnel piece, which might actually generate some leads for you, which targets the keywords outsource bookkeeping SaaS UK, startup accounting services London. Should include an engaging title that includes the keyword, subheadings, and points to discuss in each area and why they're important. That's a really nice little extra thing. So when either AI or a human is writing this, they're always responding back to us to why the thing we're talking about is important to the reader. It's a really important copywriting tip to keep someone engaged and explain why stuff. So what? Why does this point matter? Please include an engaging title and meta description. We've already got that, so we might drop that out. But this is a really nice prompt. I've actually got a more in detailed article research and outline prompt we can use, but this is going to be a really good start actually for most people. And actually it's going to do more than a good job. So we've got our content outline, we've got our title, which we already know, and what it's being optimized for. It's giving us the hook: emphasize the challenges of juggling financial management while scaling a SaaS business, hit the pain point for our ICP, the thesis about how, or the solution or why we can solve this problem, and include keywords in there. This is a directive to whatever or whoever is writing this content. Then it's going to go and build out our different sections of our article. What is outsourced bookkeeping? 6 reasons why you need outsourced bookkeeping. Common mistakes. How to choose the right partner. All the different points you need to discuss in there. What to expect. This is a huge content outline, which you could go deeper into this, but for most writers or AI models, this is going to give a really good direction on where it needs to focus its efforts, and even going down and recapping and adding call to actions and actually building internal linking strategy, which again is so important for topical authority. So it's saying, with this page, in the long run, once this content is published, you need to link to these other pages within our content strategy, and giving you the anchor text examples to use in that to target other keywords. So this is massive. This is everything you need to go, and this is an amazing content brief, basically. And it's got a recap of the on-page technical information that you need to include. Would you like me to write the full blog post or draft? Do you know what? I would usually send this to a human writer or use AI plus human to create something really original and useful for people. But seeing as we're doing everything with ChatGPT, let's get it to try and write the article. So yes, let's write the article. So let's see how it comes up writing the article. Actually, it's probably going to do quite a good job. We already know our keywords and our outline. So running a SaaS startup in London is fast-paced, metrics driven, and highly competitive. Founders must focus on X, Y, Z, not wrestling with spreadsheets, VAT, and PAY setups. No founder likes doing that. They want to focus on investor conversations rather than worrying about their VAT filings, hitting those pain points that we researched earlier. Compare this to if you just asked it to write one based on a keyword. It's completely night and day the quality that you're getting out. Now, I'll agree that some of this is a bit short and sharp and probably could be improved. The content actually is quite short and not that in depth, which is why I'm saying actually you could get it to write this, and then as an accounting expert for startups, you could go and improve it and give your real life stories, advice, all that sort of thing into this piece of content. But it's giving you, again, almost like a secondary, more in-depth outline. You can see here it's actually not done a great job of writing the content, which is why I, always suggest writing this as a human or working harder with AI and using AI as a tool rather than as your final content output. But you can see we're nearly there. We're getting really close. So we're nearly there. We've got our content strategy. We've got our technical SEO, topical authority, the internal linking, and outline of our content. So to support that, you're going to go away and get this content improved and written to be really, really helpful for people. The next thing we need to do in this content on this SEO roadmap is backlinks. And that's the big part that most people struggle with. And ChatGPT is so helpful in helping generate backlinks. So my next prompt here to get onto the next stage of generating backlinks is next you need to generate 10 backlinks opportunities to support the content plan. Please research potential websites where we should be gaining links from. For each target, research their website. Find a talking point we can use to customize. My spelling is awful sometimes. Customize our email outreach where we will pitch the idea of writing a guest post that will benefit their website. Our guest post will offer high quality piece of content optimized to help them rank for a particular topic or keyword. So a lot of people will do outreach and they'll say, I want to get link insertion, so I'm just going to ask people to link to my website, which is fine, but it doesn't have that great success rate. If you go to other companies, other websites and say, hey, I want to write this guest post, it's going to target these keywords, it's going to be really high quality, this is the value to you for free, a lot of other websites will say, yes, please, thank you very much. And all you're just doing is asking for a link back to your website on a particular topic or area you mentioned. So it's gone and asked us for some more questions and answers again in its research. So are there any specific themes or industries you want to focus on for guest posts? So we can just take, actually, it gives you the ideas straight away. So you don't even have to think of the ideas. SaaS blogs, startup advice platforms, small business finance are our answer to our first question here. Do you want these to be UK websites or should we include international domains? I don't mind like international domains. International domains is great. And do you prefer high authority, small and niche websites? So again, like a mix of smaller, achievable websites that are relevant as this is a new SEO strategy. Trying to go after maybe the highest authority blogs might be tough for a new site. So we're going to start with smaller niche blogs, achievable websites, maybe, and businesses, because other businesses love free SEO content for it to go and do its research basically on finding some targets and then finding custom hooks for your emails to open the conversation with other people about your request for publishing guest posts and links and things like that. So it's gone and then found us some backlink outreach opportunities for a SaaS startup accounting blog, a mix of some high targets that you want to get, TechCrunch, okay, that might be tricky, but like if you pitch right to some organizations, then they're gonna publish your blog post. We can scroll down to all sorts of different things in here. UK Business Matters, a UK SME magazine covering business, finance, and technology, could be perfect if you pitch it right to have an article published on there as someone with some expertise. So we could say, like from here, say Business Matters, I could then ask it to say, we want to target Business Matters. Can you write me an engaging cold email that is personalized with opening line that catches attention and is personalized to that publication and pitch article idea that shows off value to them as a publication. So we can go and then try that prompt. These things might need a little bit of refining and a little bit of adjustment from you, and a few tweaks with ChatGPT or AI models, or really writing. But you can see then it's gone and actually written us an email to pitch to this publication. You could go and probably use ChatGPT to go and research editor's name, or you could go find that yourself off any different ways, probably using their website. I really enjoyed your recent feature article on how SaaS platforms driving efficiency for UK SMEs. So it's pinpointed a particular piece of content that they've written on their site. Your point about blah 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 blah, and why you're contacting them about the content you want to offer and your experience. So it's written you a cold email to outreach to people for links as well. We've basically built a whole SEO strategy from zero to finding our ICP, to content research, topical authority content clusters, to building out briefs, to then building out backlink opportunities. The one thing I'd say here is maybe we could go and say, can you put this all together into one SEO strategy report, please, from all the research and plans we have created? Let's try and get this into a one-pager or a one document that gives us everything we need to know. And you can see here it's going and building it all out. Wow, okay. It's taken all the research we've done on the left here and building out our full SEO plan. This has taken minutes.